Dude, this chemical explosion in Ohio really isn't being talked about. I was listening to the Daily today, expecting to hear about that. They didn't mention it. Not even the like more headlines that you need to know. They didn't even mention it.
Yeah, saw that on all the Sunday news shows as well.
Why are they not mentioning it?
That's a very good question. I mean, it's not like it's a total blackout. Obviously, there are stories about it, but for the scale and severity of it, it definitely seems like it's being downplayed.
In Ohio, there was a train crash or something happened with the train that was transporting vinyl chloride, which is like an extremely fucking toxic chemical.
Yeah.
And an insane amount of it. Just watch this video. I don't want to, I'm not ready to go down this rabbit hole, but I'll just show you this. You know what? No, I'm not ready for this rabbit hole.
Okay.
Toxic.
It's just toxic. You got that right.
Very true.
But these aren't rainstorms. These are toxic fucking clouds. And I'm no scientist, but I think I was reading that everybody who basically can even see these clouds is likely a super high risk of getting cancer.
Yeah, it's
from just being in that close proximity of the fumes.
It's not good. It's not good, folks.
And I mean, haven't the Palestinians been through enough?
My heart goes out.
The city it happened in is called Palestine.
Yeah. We saw it in the clip, the one that you just pulled up, actually, the guy in the video who I believe is a resident, how did he pronounce it, AB?
Palestine.
Yeah.
Palestine?
Oh, I noticed that. Don't kid yourself, bro. You're in Palestine. You know what I mean? Just accept it, bro. Gaza is over at the Gaza bowling alley. The West Bank Union.
Gaza bowling.
Oh, boy.
It's all adding up. You know, the checkpoint in.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like a Chernobyl level event happening in the Midwest right now, but who cares? Super Bowl Sunday, baby.
Do you think it is that bad, Chernobyl level?
I mean, it's obviously a totally different type of disaster, but I don't know. From what I've been reading, I mean, people are saying it might be the worst ecological disaster in this country's history, and it's not really getting that much coverage.
Like in old Russia, there was that nuclear plant that blew up. Like, what's the name of that? You know what I'm talking about, right? Shavola or something?
No, Chernobyl.
Shavola.
That's Chernobyl you're thinking of. Okay, let me just watch the damn video then. Does that include like the massive Gulf oil spill? Worse than that?
These aren't storm clouds. This is the fucking shit that they burn off. The fucking shit they burn off in East Palestine. This is not fucking storm clouds.
So apparently they're trying to burn all the chemicals that leaked, which is like also insane. I mean, I don't know what to do with that shit.
I don't know enough about it.
Apparently, the chemicals itself
that's a good or bad call.
Is so fucking toxic. It's better for them to burn it than let it seep into the ground.
Well, from what I understand too, it started burning on its own from the derailment. Like there was a fire from the train or whatever, and they were concerned about it hitting the tanks and causing like a huge explosion. So they made the call to intentionally release it and burn it that way. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea if that is the smart move or not. It seems like it's just a lot of bad options, and maybe that is the worst of a bunch of bad the best of a bunch of bad options.
Do we know? Oh, here, let's watch this.
Look at it. This is over Darlington.
I appreciate that he's sharing this, but I also feel like he needs to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Woo-wee, look at that weather tonight, boy.
This is their fucking success. That ain't no fucking storm cloud. That's the fucking shit from East Palestine.
I'm laughing because it's so fucked up. What's wrong with you?
Justifiably upset.
Listening to the dog barking is what's making me like, ugh, get the dog out of there.
They're about to go hunt down those dogs like Chernobyl. Yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to make it even sadder for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Devastated.
This chemical is vinyl chloride. It's used in the manufacturers of numerous products in buildings and construction, automotive industry, electrical wire. Oh, so it's very versatile. Depended upon heavily by the rubber, paper, and glass people. So it's used quite a lot in a lot of industries. So this shit seems to be going back and forth across country quite a bit.
Fucking controlled burn!
So quiet.
Pretty ominous.
Yeah, I think everybody's dead.
Hot.
Yeah, it's too quiet. Did everyone leave already?
Dude, it's like the fucking homestead from episode 3 of Last of Us. Ain't nobody there.
I'm ready. Let's get out of here.
Good.
I wish we could get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
Motherfuckers. You fucking greedy motherfuckers.
That's
Impatient
right.
bitches. You could have fucking waited. You could have fucking cooled the tanks.
That's right.
You could have transferred the contents. You didn't have to do this. You did it because of time and money.
That's right.
Right. So
That's exactly why you did
what
it.
I've been hearing, which I don't know enough about it to know if this is
Let's
true or
wrap
not,
it
but-
up, boys. Let's set this here on fire. Get on our way.
Yeah, that they wanted to get the line open back up as quickly as possible, and that's why they chose to burn it.
Listen here now, boy.
If that's true. That's,
I got to be home dinner by 6 p.m. Let's light this here oil on fire and get on our way now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so rest in ashes there. Let's see. So they're evacuating everybody. This was February 3rd. Oh, this is from 10 days ago?
yeah, it happened like 2 weeks ago, and it's still like, ongoing.
they just started burning it?
No, that the burning started shortly after the accident, but there's so much of it that I think it's going to take.
So that is a new video, because I saw that video yesterday.
Yeah, the whole situation's super fucked. I don't know.
Let's take a look here. We got some drone footage. I work with chemicals, and burning them close to the ground is dangerous. They have to be burned out of tall flares. I also think it was police who made the decision. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Goosey. Now listen here, man. I'm trained, and I'm making the decision. We're going to light this here on fire. I'm the chief of police.
This is a de-escalation tactic.
Sir, I work for the EPA. I'm a doctorate in ecology. Now you listen here, you pencil pusher. I'm going to light this here on fire and get on with it. If you do that, we will have to evacuate the entire Midwest. Millions of people will die. Now shut your mouth. I'm the sheriff around here. I'll light it on fire, boy. Get me some dinner. Mm-hmm.
Fire!
Yeah, I don't think that's a decision the police should be making. Oh my God, that is a fucking huge train wreck.
Yeah, it was a massive train, and apparently I was reading this morning that it was not properly balanced, which is what can cause this to happen. There's
Dude, the
too
level of
much weight.
incompetency is insane.
It's beyond incompetency. It's honestly, a lot of it is just negligence too. It's just people asleep at the wheel that are supposed to be regulating this kind of stuff. The policy that probably directly led to this happening was one of the main things that you recall just a few months ago, they were negotiating a contract, the rail workers unions, and our boy Biden, Sleepy Joe, basically forced them to accept a contract. Well, one of the things that they were not able to get was removing this policy that made safety way worse. And then just a few months later, this happened. So
That's a big game, man.
yeah, not a good look, Joe. Not a good look.
The train unions were saying it's unsafe. And Joe Biden said, well, tough it out. You guys got to go back to work because we need that vinyl. I think Joe Biden needs to go there and breathe that air for a week. Seriously. Seriously.
Yeah.
He needs to go fucking just filter it through his lungs for a good long time.
Him and Buttigieg, they should both go down there.
Smell the roses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
This
Pretty
here
upsetting.
train about balance to me. What's in it? Just the most toxic chemical known to man.
A big lie.
Hey, you got to make sure that the train is balanced because, you know, could tip over. Now, this ain't about balance to me.
You afraid of a little vinyl chloride?
I grew up around vinyl chloride. Ain't no problem.
Come on, man.
Hurts nobody.
It hurts everybody, Joe.
Benefits everybody.
No.
Grows the economy.
No.
Oh, God.
Come on here now, Joe Biden. We here sniffing some vinyl chloride here. Nothing like wake you up in the morning.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
This is a
Oh,
disaster.
Joe. Yeah, disaster is the only word for it. It's awful. It's awful.
You got to love that the unions just, what was it, like a month ago, Dan? How long ago was it?
Yeah, it was like November, so
They're like,
3
we
months
need
ago.
better safety conditions.
Yeah.
And Joe Biden's like, get
Joe-
back on that train of vinyl chloride. Just make sure it's balanced, like. What a disaster. Look at every fucking car of that bitch. How does a train derail that bad, like in this day and age?
You don't load it correctly, apparently.
Jesus Christ, man.
I guess they said like 40% of the weight was on the back third of this train car. And not that I'm an expert on these things, but from what I was reading, that apparently is very dangerous because if they need to slow down at all, the back cars are so heavy they slam into the ones in front of them and eject.
Dude, what the fuck? That seems like a so obvious thing to avoid.
Yeah, but it's all about time. It's like we don't have time to rearrange these cars. Just get them on there, get them going. It'll be fine until it's not. And then this happens.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
I'm seeing they were understaffed too. That probably had a big.
We can't afford them union folk running me about $25 an hour. I got me some of them undocumented workers do this kind of work here for me for $5. Under the table. It's good pay. Pick them up outside Home Depot, and I says, just make sure it's balanced, like. They good at balancing. They asked me
who is this character?
I don't know. The sheriff. He
Why is he a
controls
Southerner?
a lot. He controls.
He's
a
in
lot.
Ohio.
Yeah, he controls a lot.
It's more like Greg Paul in Ohio. As someone who used to Ohio every summer.
Don't be challenging my accent now, Dan. I'll find you placed on a train now.
I'm a fucking savage. You got to
Some
do it.
Down on the chain gang.
GP's up.
Yeah, that's right. You ever smell vinyl chloride in the morning there, Diane? Nothing wake you up faster than that, boy.
Oh my God.
The crew was alerted by an alarm shortly before the derailment, indicating a mechanical issue. An emergency brake was pulled, but 10 trains still derailed. An evacuation order was put in place in the general area one day after the incident, advising people to relocate to beyond 2-mile radius. Now, I'm going to need y'all, we had a slight accident over here now. We're going to need y'all to take a step back. And if you can avoid breathing for the time being.
Can you guys back out?
Dude, that's crazy when you pulled.
There's like this Louisiana plantation owner that for some reason is the sheriff of.
Now listen here, folks.
Ohio.
I tell you, I seen this before. Nothing to worry about. Just take a few steps back. Now, if you live in a 2-mile radius, you're gonna go ahead and just set up camp 2 miles from here.
Guys, back out.
I don't have another house. Well, you can stay in your house. Just don't breathe. That's right. Just close your windows now. It ain't no big problem. Breathing high levels of vinyl chloride can make someone pass out or die. Woo-wee!
No, corpse husband, no, don't breathe.
Don't
Stop,
breathe,
corpse.
corpse.
No, corpse.
You know what? He's so emo, he does it because he knows.
Just like, I don't care if I have
He's self.
hydrochloric acid in my lungs.
This is inappropriate. This is just
That's
not
just
cool.
Yeah, it's a little off the rails. You're right.
It's just not cool to conjure up such a beautiful. Zach, why haven't you played it yet? Obviously.
Because
We've already played it. It's back.
It's so perfect, dude.
Why wouldn't you play it? I pulled up the picture.
I don't. You've been laughing so much. You should just play it.
Yeah, just play it.
Go for it.
Who's gonna get mad at us for this?
Who's gonna get mad
No
at
one.
us?
The whole state of Ohio?
I will.
Who cares?
I will. I fucking love Cedar.
It is kind of interesting the levels of severity that people make fun of you. I think the difference with Cutie is that like this is a direct person who I know who's watching it. All them over here in India, Ohio, dying of suffocating, all that kind of business. Ain't no watching this show, boy. Play the damn song, Zach. Chestnuts slurping over toxic fume. Oh, cooking chestnuts over vinyl chloride.
That's why I did it.
Chestnuts roasting over vinyl fluid. Don't you eat those chestnuts or you'll get cancer. Why'd you pull up the same photo?
Oh, sorry. I didn't see that you had already shown it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so where were we? Breathing in high levels of vinyl chloride can make someone pass out or die if they don't get fresh air, and has been linked to an increased risk of cancer in the liver, brain, lungs, and blood. Yeah, just cancer of the liver, brain, lungs, and blood.
That sounds survivable.
I mean, there's at least 1,000 different kind of cancers out there. That's only 4 of your organs: liver, brain, lungs, and blood. Ain't no problem with that. Chances are still pretty good. You'll be fine. Just take a couple steps back. That's all now.
I hope you get ass cancer and die, you son of a bitch. I'll cut your throat. I'll come to your house and kill your children.
Dr. Phil, this is
chill.
These
Phil.
people have been through enough. You animal.
Stop.
Why specify where you get it? Just all your major.
It's not good.
Just your body.
Just your liver, your brain, your lungs, and your blood.
Ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you.
Dr. Phil, chill the fuck out. What is he on today? Officials warned the controlled burn would send phosgene and hydrogen chloride into the air. Phosgene is a highly toxic, colorless gas with a strong odor that can cause vomiting and breathing trouble, and was used as a weapon in World War I.
Why is that making you laugh?
It's so insane. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, no,
this is nuts. Like the incompetency, the negligence. It's so disgusting.
It's gross. It's gross. And I'll tell you, I think the whole fucking it's too conspiratorial on you, but the whole obsession with UFOs the last week, I there's no such thing as a coincidence. That's all I'm saying.
Interesting.
Just look at this. Look at the jingly shiny over here. Don't pay attention. No. UFOs.
Listen to this. They say phosgene is considered safe at 0.1 parts per million during an 8-hour exposure, or 0.2 parts per million for a 15-minute exposure. So I wonder what parts per... They're like, what? How many parts per million is it? 500,000.
$1.3 million.
It's about
but when
half
it's
the
just
oxygen.
a giant pool of it in a ditch on fire, I feel like you're gonna hit that parts per million pretty quickly.
Hey, Sheriff. That says it's got to be 1.1 part per million. What are we at now? Oh, let me check here now. Oh, about 750,000 per million. No problem. Hey, I tell you, we've been trying to cut down on crime. Now we got this phosgene, toxic gas going through the streets. Ain't nobody committing no crime right now, but I tell you, like World War I, man. I remember like it was yesterday.
You just dug up a video of a guy talking about all that stuff with the it's called the Precision Scheduled Railroad, which is the system that the rail workers were trying to get rid of and failed to.
An Ohio
By no fault
watcher
of their
sent
own.
this in. Thank you, Sierra.
Oh, thank you. I love everyone who knows shit about this. I love you. Thank you for sharing. We got to bring this story to the world, dude, because nobody's talking about it, and H3 Podcast is.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's a total blackout, obviously. Like, if you look, there's plenty of news, and I'm sure it's the lead story in Ohio. I'd have to imagine. But as far as what's dominating the headlines on all the networks and everything for the past week, very little talk of this. A whole lot of talk about UFOs and weather balloons and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, have we ruled out that it was a weather balloon that derailed this here train?
Good question.
Now, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but I do believe that Obama was an alien. But I will say this.
Gotta have them ribs.
We gotta have them ribs.
And pussy too.
Dude, what the fuck? Dude, nobody does sound bites like us. Nobody. Who the fuck got Obama saying gotta have them ribs? And pussy too. All right, let's watch this shit.
Rail workers warned us about disaster like this. I heard firsthand months ago about the corporate practice of precision scheduled railroading.
Precision scheduled railroading is shorter staff, longer hours,
7 weeks
longer
before,
trains,
yeah.
less safety, less maintenance. Do I have all that right?
Oh, you got it all right. I mean, a lot of...
There we go. We save ourselves $10,000 a month. Now, the federal government going to spend about $10 trillion, but it ain't come out of my pocket, boy. Mm-hmm. Save me a little bit of cheddar. That's right. How much money it costs to clean up an ecological disaster on this? Oh, about $10 trillion. It's a good payoff.
The derailments that you're seeing on national TV.
This person said, I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Nobody's talking about it. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Is one of a few things. It's lack of maintenance on the track, or they've cut the track gangs too short and they can't get out to fix it, or they've cut the carmens, which is the union that works on the rail cars. So we have one derailment here in Northeast Ohio where a wheel flange was very thin. It picked a switch and derailed the entire train. Luckily, it was full of candle wax and not something highly volatile.
Rail workers tried to strike over this stuff, but were stopped by Congress. A few weeks later, and here we are. Several Norfolk Southern cars of toxic, highly volatile chemicals exploded fantastically in the tiny town of East Palestine, Ohio, 20 miles from where I grew up. So I met Clyde in East Palestine to ask him about it.
It looks like a faulty bearing caused a catastrophic derailment. These railroads are turning profits hand over fist. They've cut their workforce to bare bones, and now they're paying the price for it because the wheels are falling off the train, basically. Carmen were inspecting cars about 3 minutes per car. That's always been the industry standard. Now it's 90 seconds per car.
Is that because of PSR?
Yes, it's a rush job right now. And these guys are under pressure. I mean, they're working men and women, and, if they don't hurry up and get this car done, they're going to be fired.
Great points. So I went to a press conference with Norfolk Southern and Ohio Governor Mike DeWine to ask them about this.
What could precision scheduled railroad have to do with the axle failure that caused the derailment?
Who is this guy? He rocks. Like, he's like actually going and like doing
this
real
guy's
journalism. What
More
the fuck?
Perfect Union is his TikTok.
Okay. Shout out.
This guy here is in charge of the derailment.
Why does he look exactly like I thought he would?
This man here, you know what? This man here breathed a little too much vinyl chloride. He was fully coherent, very smart fella. Went down to the train, came back looking like this.
He looked like he got a frown. He looks like he got a sling blade. Some people call it banana blade. I call it sling blade.
You go, what? What'd you say?
Sling blade. Give me some
sling blade.
French fried potato.
Oh yeah, boy. Talking my language now.
Yeah. He definitely shouldn't have done that.
How do we get on the Billy Bob?
I tell you what, man. You ever put some vinyl chloride over a steamed potato? Oh boy.
French fried potato.
Yes, sir.
Just the boy.
I tell you what, man, might give me cancer, but boy, that tastes good.
Call it clean blade.
That's right. Oh yeah. Maybe I'm waiting for it to start raining in chloride vinyl. Then I'm just gonna come out, put my tongue out, man. Tastes like sugar. Mm-hmm.
We said More Perfect Union was created by former Bernie people, Bernie 2020 people. It's a really great source for labor news. Okay, cool. I'll give him a follow because the fact he actually went there and directly asked the Norfolk people.
This is actually the best reporting I've seen on this topic.
Genuinely.
Oh, reporters were being arrested reporting on it? Is that?
There was a story of one person, a reporter being arrested for. It just sounded
Little
like
K, thank you.
It sounded like cops just being cops.
Hey, now they're like, who decided to set this fire? Hey, you better come back here now. You under arrest. Was it you? Hey, come on, man. I'm the sheriff around these parts. That ain't my call. You under arrest.
I have no idea if it's a mechanical issue.
The guy at the podium is the governor of Ohio, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So don't ever say looks don't factor in to a...
At least I think. Somebody in the chat said that. This is the same guy, right?
Oh, he looks more normal there.
It's him. You can tell by the glasses.
It looks like you just pulled him off the street and put a suit on him, for Christ's sake.
He's a body double.
He's like a body double.
Saddam style body double.
Yeah, well, he's like, hell no, ain't no gonna breed that goddamn chlorine's bullshit. I'm gonna send the body double.
To Wine to ask them about this.
What could Precision Scheduled Railroad have to do with the axle failure that caused the derailment?
I have no idea if it's a mechanical issue. Precision Scheduled Railroading is a management process.
Not a great answer, and that's probably because Norfolk Southern let a worker take the fall, rather than a single corporate executive showing up in the town that they polluted to be held accountable. You see, Wall Street owns Norfolk Southern. 74% of shares are owned by a who's who of infamous hedge funds. And this is the business model that they demand. Profit at any cost. And disaster like this is simply a cost of doing business. They cut everything, make all the money, and pay off disasters in tiny flyover towns from the profit. But instead of answering for any of that, they're betting that the corporate media, under the same pressure for extreme profit as railroads, will only ask questions about how much cancer people will get and not why this preventable disaster happened.
So fucking gross. So gross, dude.
It's gross.
Hydrogen chloride is a colorless, yellowish gas with a strong odor. It'll make your eyes, human effect on skin, eye, and nose is irritation and throat. That's a different one, I guess.
Yeah, when it burns, this chemical, it releases like a bunch of different gases and stuff. So,
let's see. Professor of chemistry at Carnegie University said this: vinyl chloride is bad. There is a comma. There is
and
a
I've
comma.
always said that.
It says vinyl chloride is bad. Dioxins are worse as carcinogens, and that comes from burning. I love that. Well, the worst thing you could do is set it on fire. Let's set it on fire. Wrap it up. Dioxins is a group of persistent environmental pollutants that last in the ground and body for years and have been one of the major environmental problems and controversies in the United States. Roughly 5,000 residents were forced to evacuate. Farmers and animal owners have reported their animals are falling ill very quickly. Out of nowhere, he just started coughing really hard, just shut down, and he had liquid diarrhea and just went very fast. That's encouraging.
That's very terrifying.
That was a man talking about his foxes.
His foxes?
His foxes?
Oh.
His fox.
Sad.
People domesticate foxes?
Well, there's in limited amounts.
Probably a skin farmer.
Or
maybe not.
Maybe. Maybe that.
What you talk about, Fox? That was my wife.
That's less cute.
Talking about my wife, for God's sake. She had liquid diarrhea and died right there. It's not funny.
No.
It's just the way it's reported. You assume it's a fox, but what if he's talking about, like, his wife?
There's shit all over the floor.
Oh, no. Don't show me this. Is this the fox that died?
Oh, we're not. Come on. What are we doing here?
I don't know if he died. This is him talking about one of his 6 foxes, though.
Let's see it. Let's see the face.
fox was very sad and not
I shouldn't have
well.
said that.
What'd
His
you say,
name's
love?
Taylor Holzer. He said his foxes have been falling ill since the derailment.
Dude, fuck. We got to get everybody out of there, man.
Yeah, I said he's probably definitely not a farmer. I was making. Or
Oh,
I
he's
just
not a
guessed that one.
farmer.
Yeah, probably not.
Generally,
Probably
farmers
just
stay
pets.
away from foxes, I thought. Yo, we got to get... What do we do? How can we help these people? Scattered reports of dead animals well outside the original evacuation zone continue to stoke fear. The Rail Workers Union was just in a contract battle. We talked about that. So there's that.
What do
what
we
a
do about it?
fucking nightmare, eh?
It's a nightmare. And what do we do about it? No fucking clue.
It's like
nationalize the railroads.
They cut everything, and then when something happens, people donate and help and shit, and they just like skate on by.
Yeah, the thing is like this is so far beyond like, oh, let's donate and fundraise, because they probably poison that whole area for the next like 150 years. You know what I mean? Like this is not a quick thing.
But those people need to get the fuck out of there. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I don't. Some people can't.
I don't know if there's
That's always the problem. It's like, what do you?
I don't even know if there is a place for us to donate to, or if anything's even been set up at this point. Speaking of, this whole bureaucratic, I don't know if this is bureaucratic, but listen to this. I was listening to a story this morning. So the Navy wasted, they wanted to make this ship. You know about this? It's supposed to be the most...
littoral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know about that.
The littoral battleship. It was meant to be the most cutting edge. They built it to fight terrorists. They started building it after 9/11.
Terrorist boats.
And they just started launching them, and it turns out they're fucking so bad. They leak, the gears break, the engine shuts down. These things cost $500 million a piece.
Oh, yeah. That seems low.
And they made, they said it was a quote-unquote deal.
It's a steal.
So each one of these costs $500 million.
500!
And there's they made 15 of them or something. And so the Navy was like, listen, we know we've wasted all this money on this shit, but I think it's time to cut our losses. We're going to cut our fucking losses. These ships are they're already obsolete, and we have no use for them. So they've wasted like $10 billion on this program. And then in Florida, there was this shipyard that had $1 billion contract to maintain these ships.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Navy said, we're going to cancel the program, the shipyard lobbied Congress and convinced enough Republican congressmen to block the Navy from canceling it so they could keep repairing them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand how fucking insane this is? The Navy's like, we don't want to use these anymore. They don't work.
Yeah.
And then Congress is like, well, no, you gotta keep them in service so that we can pay the people to repair it. What the fuck what are we talking about? It doesn't work. Of course you're gonna need to repair it.
We create lots of jobs, though.
Probably not that many. It's insane. It's insane. This is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
That's all of our tax money.
Money.
We gotta repair them, man. The Navy was like, literally, these ships are hurting our Navy.
Who wants me to take their money?
Because they're just sapping resources.
They're sapping resources. They'd be utterly useless in modern warfare.
Right.
Who wants to lose some money?
No,
today?
sir. That'd be a great waste. That's what the Congress guy said. You could find out his name. He's some fucking piece of shit from Florida, Republican congressman. Convinced enough Republicans. We need these ships. Who's going to repair them? If we decommission them, who's going to repair them? It ain't right. That's all right. We got to. If we ain't repairing the $5 billion ship, then what's the point of even building the ship to begin with? I built the ship so that we could repair it. If we ain't repairing the ship, what's the point of making them?
I mean, that's a good question.
Now, this year cost a mere $10 billion.
Money.
This whole city in Florida depend on us repairing them ships. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, it ain't about to go into battle. That thing don't barely goddamn float. Which is why it needs so many repairs. In fact, I think y'all should keep launching them so we got more to repair. That's right. It's so fucking incompetent and nonsensical at every fucking level.
My resolution? Airstrike.
Let's just blow it up, man.
These people's lives are so disturbed for absolutely no reason. Like, this didn't have to happen at all.
Well, then, so my point, I guess, that connects it is like $1 billion wasting on repairing boats that the Navy doesn't want and that don't fucking float already.
Literally.
Could save all these people right now.